Okay, this is the final project outline for CYBR 200 Beyond the Code by Kevin Burnside. Now, what is the topic that was chosen? I chose cybersecurity, blue collar versus white collar. Let's go ahead and define these blue collar and white collar terms so everybody has a standard understanding of these terms going forward. Blue collar refers to workers in private or public sector employment who engage in manual labor or skilled trades, focusing on the skilled trades part. They're distinguished by on-the-job training or learning programs, certifications over structured degree programs, and technical mastery utilizing applicable techniques. White collar is usually workers in private or public sector employment who engage in administrative, clerical, managerial, or scientific production. They're distinguished by structured education agendas, increasing degree requirements for promotion, high-level oversight, and adaptable thinking utilizing flexible theories. Now, let's just go ahead and say that this is not disparage one side or the other. This is not a which side is better, good, bad, who's right or wrong. They're professionals either way. This is just to examine the differences and where we truly lay. Now, what is the question we're trying to answer? Well, the first question is, what is the future of cybersecurity talent? There's going to be actually many questions that are going to have to be answered just to get to that one. Starting with which one holds more weight currently, and will it stay that way? Are we currently in the blue collar section or currently in the white collar section? Is it going to stay that way going forward? Does it help in explaining the talent gap between all the jobs available and their inability repeatedly say that we can't fill it? Whether that's cybersecurity professionals saying that or HR professionals, they still say the same thing: we can't fill a talent gap. Does this have anything? Does this kind of dichotomy have anything to do with it? And has it always been this way? If not, when did it change? Or when does it change during a career? Is there a career point where it changes? Does it change by industry? Does it change by position? Or can we firmly say that we can be one or the other? Now, why does this question even matter, this blue collar versus white collar? Well, for starters, there's going to be huge regulatory differences between blue collar and white collar, from control frameworks to regulatory standards to who regulates, both in government and in private industries. So, second is effect on talent recruitment and retention. There's a big difference between how you recruit and retain and promote blue collar versus how you promote, retain, and train white collar. This also goes into training pathways. Blue collar has a huge focus on apprenticeship and hands-on learning and learn as you go. On-the-job training usually is what we call it. While white collar usually has a bigger focus on, especially starting out, your educational background, but over time, your key KPIs and performance metrics. This also has a huge effect on college curriculums. Look at MIT cybersecurity degrees, Berkeley cybersecurity degrees, and Yeshiva cybersecurity degrees, and you will see, or any number of universities, however many universities you look, you'll see that many different approaches based on how they see the program. Also, we need to figure out how we facilitate these training pathways, how we either influence them or implement them. And we also have to look at how this affects the technical to management transition as you go through your career. And is there a middle ground? Can we find a cybersecurity warrant officer position where we have a foot in both camps? And is that the answer? And finally, why did I choose this topic? Well, for one, my current job is talent management development, kind of a HR project manager. I do everything from training initiatives to personal troubleshooting. So I recruit from both sides, blue collar and white collar, and I see how the difference is. And so this kind of interests me. Also, I'm in that position where I'm transitioning to cybersecurity field. So I'm at that point where I am struggling to find that entry position or that place where I'm going to fit in because of the confusion over competing hiring feedbacks, the lack of transparent requirements or any kind of standard requirements. A SOC analyst on one side is very different than SOC analyst on the other side. And entry level this position at this point seems to be non-existent. So we have to figure out, that's why I chose this topic, is try to research this and figure out why all this exists and what I can either do to change it or work within this framework.